Happy Friday the 13th. And it's crazy because most people think that shit's bad luck. But the belief didn't come from ancient wisdom, it came from people trying to erase it. Because in the old mystery tradition, Friday the 13th was actually considered a sacred day of power. Friday is traditionally associated with Venus, planet of divine feminine, love, beauty, and creative force. In many ancient cultures, Friday was the day devoted to the goddess principle, the energy that births life itself. Now look at the number 13. Now in modern culture, it's treated like a cursed number. Buildings skip the 13th floor, airlines avoid it, and people fear it. But in the ancient world, 13 symbolized transformation, death, and rebirth. There are roughly 13 lunar cycles in a year, meaning that number is deeply rooted with the moon and feminine cycles. And this is why in old mystery schools, 13 represented the rhythm of nature and the power of creation. So when you combine the two together, Friday, Venus, feminine energy, and 13 lunar cycles, transformation, you get a day that represents the full power of the divine feminine and the cycles of rebirth. Now this is where the story takes a darker turn. So during the rise of patriarchal religion and systems, anything connected to the pagan goddess tradition, lunar worship, or feminine mysticism was labeled as dangerous. And then the number 13 became demonized. Friday, the day of the goddess, was also turned into a day associated with sin and misfortune. And some historians even point out October 13th, 1307, when members of the Knights Templar were arrested by the French crown and the church. That event helped reinforce the myth that Friday the 13th was cursed. But from an esoteric perspective, it's actually the opposite. And Gnostic teachings often emphasize that knowledge of natural cycles was hidden from the masses. And I'm sure we all know that a lot of hidden knowledge and truths are hidden. So the moon, the feminine principle, and the number 13 were all tied to the inner transformation of the soul. So in other words, Friday the 13th symbolizes awakening through cycles of death and rebirth. But y'all know, when knowledge is powerful, it often gets inverted. But peace.